everyone, thank you very much for joining our webinar. I believe many of you have joined several of our webinar recently because we have a very exciting 5.0 release, I think last month. Yeah, ever since then, we've been actively re-engaging with our technology partner to introduce their new solutions, and we are also working on enhanced integrations with the technology partner. Yeah, and today we are very happy to have Sean, Eugene, and Uli to our webinar. Yeah, so Sean today will share with us their new data library 2.1. Yeah, so if you have any questions throughout the webinar, please text it to the question session. So we will be looking at the questions, and then Sean could reply some of the questions during the webinar, or he will leave the questions to the end at the Q&A sessions. Okay. So Andy introduced some of us already. So from the Nx team, we have Andy and me, Jason. We're based in Taiwan, and Hartono is based in Jakarta, Indonesia. Yeah, so perhaps Sean, you can give us a brief intro about your team.
Yes, sure. Thank you, Jason. Yeah. So first and foremost, I'm Sean. I'm based actually in Shanghai, but I'm from Singapore. Our HQ is in Singapore. And this is Eugene here. Eugene is based out of Singapore. He's our business alliance, head of business alliance. So he will do all the business interactions with all our partners over the world. And there's Woon. Woon Lie is our community manager, technical community manager. So he'll do all the support and all the implementations. And today he will be doing a mini live demo for you guys out of the Senturian office in Singapore. Okay. So I'm currently now in Taipei, near the Nx office actually, but I cannot go across because I only can go up tomorrow. And the rest of the guys would be in Singapore and Eugene's in Singapore. All right. So this is the Senturian team here. Okay, back to you. Are we going to start now, or you want to say something else, Jason?
Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's all from the introduction parts. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I guess I'll be presenting then. Can you all guys see my screen clearly, right? You can see this big data library 2.1. Yeah, so today we're going to talk a little bit about the new launch, the data library 2.1, and its features that you might find very interesting. Okay, so let me just jump right into it. Okay, hang on, let me try to adjust this screen. Okay, can you see the interface? This is the data library interface. We have quite a nice slick black interface now that sits right in the Nx Witness.
Yeah.
I will just come back here later on. I just want to show you how it's like. But before we actually dive down into it, I think all of you know who Senturian is, but for those new friends in this webinar who's not sure who Senturian is, I just pull out this little map to talk a little bit about Senturian. We are AI video imaging company specialized in video analytics for video imaging, and currently Senturian have presence in more than 30 cities all over the world. This is the world map where you see the dark colored places is where we have a presence. We have a local partner on the ground. If you see the Asia map, actually we covered most of Asia. I know this is the APAC webinar. So from New Zealand to Australia, down to Singapore, right into Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, going up to China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan. So these are where our presence are. Of course, we have also recently been expanding aggressively in the South America region, Peru, Colombia, Chile, Mexico, and also in the America region, right? Okay, so this is a little bit about us. Now we can just talk about the data library itself. Today we are talking about the data library 2.1, right? But then there was a version before called a 2.0. So I'll just run a little summary about what the data library is about, okay? Basically, the data library detects and extracts objects from video imaging, which is your CCTV cameras, okay? We extract the image and objects from your CCTV cameras video image, identify, analyze, and classifies each object through analytics, and transform that data into meaningful information, which some people call metadata, okay, that we can actually send back to the VMS or third-party IoT systems that can have a really wide range of applications that I will explain later, okay? So this is a system architecture. Basically, from the cameras, you don't care whose camera you use. Number one, you will connect to a VMS, which in this case will be Nx Witness. And then we will pull the stream from the Nx Witness, analyze it through our data library, and write metadata back on the VMS. And the metadata will be in the recordings of the VMS. As you can see, later I'll show you a little video on how we do that. And the data library can connect many different groups of algorithm modules. For example, object modules, behavior modules, and many third-party modules which you can choose. If you get in contact with Eugene and you get the price list, you can see all the different modules and you can mix and match what you want to put inside. And basically, it will pull all the algorithms inside, organize them, analyze them, and give you a meaningful output into what kind of information you want, be it enhancing your security system, making your CCTV system very, very powerful with super search capabilities, or even enhancing your data, data reports, controlling third-party systems, and etc. and etc. Okay, so this is the old picture, but this is how it looks in Nx. You see where everything's analyzed, everything is having meta text. As you can see, person, cars, and everything is walking, sorted by color and objects. So this is how it looks in the Nx Witness itself, based on our older data library version. And this is how it looks in the Nx 5.0. I won't talk so much about 5.0 because I think there are a lot of wonderful videos on this wonderful software. But I'll just share with you that everything is really tagged inside the Nx in the 5.0. Okay, wait, the video is not playing. Let me pause. Okay, yeah, here you go. Everything is tagged in the 5.0, and you can see the meta text all being tagged. On the right, go into Nx, and of course, if you type like your criteria you want, you can actually find a yellow car, and all the yellow car will appear. Clicking it, and you can see the replay this on Nx. And if you go further down the video, yeah, you see this is the live view that I showed you just now. It's the same, right? So this is how it looks in the Nx. And basically, we support an extensive library. This is not absolute, but I just want to just show you like we have a big library of objects that you can use, that you can put inside the Nx Witness, and you can run searches, quantity searches, space, more than, less than, equal, you know, mask or no mask, PPE or no PPE, even a small cell phone, to a stroller, to a handbag. Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with the data library, and you can also customize your object. So this just give you a little idea. Of course, if you want to understand more, you can take a look at our whole list of supported algorithms. Okay, so this is where I actually start my webinar, guys. That is just an introduction. Okay, so this is where we actually start. So are you guys okay with the early part? Can I start now? Yep. Very silent, no voice. Can you all still hear me clearly?
Yes, yeah, we can hear you very well, Sean. Yeah.
Okay, I need some interaction from Nx.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good to have some information about what we've been doing with data library and the integration interface. Yeah, thanks a lot for that.
That is what you all see last time. Okay, so Now we come to what we are talking about today. Data Library 2.1. What is Data Library 2.1? Why did we create Data Library 2.1? Okay. All right. If I'm not sure if everyone knows the Senturian Solutions mission statement. If you go into the office in Singapore and you walk right into our meeting, you'll see a big long logo at the back of the wall, and it spells out very big these words: solve real world problems. Every day when we come in the morning, we walk in the office, we will look at it and see whether did our processes, did our software solve real problems, and if we don't, we will go back and make sure we refine the product, we refine the process until it does. Okay, so if we want to solve real world problems, we want to solve the real world problems also of using AI video imaging products, right? So we ask ourselves, or throughout the years in the market, talking to all our 30 distributors or partners on the ground, even to the Nx team themselves, we gathered the data that there is a pain. What is the pain point of deploying AI? You know, Nx, Andy, what's the pain point you think of deploying AI? I mean, when you talk to your Nx customers, I mean, let's just throw that question around and maybe
no budget. No budget.
Yep.
No budget is the pain point.
No budget is the pain point. No money, right?
Sure.
No money.
Sure.
No budget. So expensive, right? It's expensive.
So,
yeah, that's what we go around the market. You will say, "Oh, I love AI." No budget. I love AI. Price is too high. I mean, come on, this is the real pain point. AI seems like it's very expensive. Oh, yes, I have money for VMS. When I want to do AI, oh, no budget for that. It's expensive. Maybe I really got budget for 3 cameras. That's about it. I mean, the rest, no. Okay, so why is that? Is it expensive? So the real reason why is it expensive, we identified, is the high cost of server hardware resource. Okay, this is a real problem that most people face. I mean, when you always want to implement AI, some people say, okay, you give me the license for free, I cannot afford it. Because the server is too expensive. I need to buy GPU, I need to buy CPU, I sometimes need to buy double GPU. This cost is so expensive compared with an Nx VMS server. AI server costs like 5 times or 4 times. It's too expensive, right? So this is the real problem that many of the customers face and implementers face. If I have a 100-channel project, everybody wants to say, "Oh, we want to put 100 channels full of AI." By the end of it all, when the server costs, no, I think I just want to put 10, right? And this is real. And so that's why many vendors in a project, we will decide to put the AI into cameras. Okay, so there are a lot of cameras with integrated AI nowadays. But I would like to highlight that it's good, but to have edge devices, but there's a limit to what the edge device can do also, right? So the server kind of AI is called deep AI, that can go really, really deep in analyzation. And I think it's still needed. The only problem is the high cost. Okay. So since we identify a high cost, how are we going to address it? So what Senturian came up in the 2.1 is the DataSync. Okay. The DataSync is a post-processing analytics engine that allows you to analyze and extract metadata from video recordings on an automated daily time schedule, meaning that I can actually use the same resource that I have on an AI, but then I do delayed processing that will allow me to save on my resource. Let me explain to you how we do that. Okay, it is actually something what we call post-processing. For example, if I have 100 cameras and I need, let's say I have 1,000 cameras and I need 10 servers. With this post-processing, I can share resource. So for every 4 cameras, can share a single resource, and with post-processing, I can actually reduce my hardware resource up to 75% to 80%. That's quite a lot of savings. I will give you an example of how I calculate that shortly, okay? But if for those of you who are not sure what post-processing analytics is, it means a delayed processing of your analytics. For example, okay, I have I'm in a shopping mall. Okay, let's say example of a shopping mall. The shopping mall closed at 10 p.m. So I'm doing live processing analytics of all the things going around through my cameras. But when it closes at 10, there's nothing to do. I can actually use that resource that I have to analyze other cameras, right? And I can analyze the cameras in not real-time speed, but up to maybe 5 times the speed. So when it comes down into the morning, I'll have all the data ready. So actually, I'm sharing the resource. You guys understand what I'm saying? Any questions on this?
Yeah,
Just want to make sure. So you mean, like for example, for retail analytics, we might not need it for real-time analyzations. So the shopping mall closed, and then there are like 12 or even 14 hours without any visitors or guests. So we can then use the automation tool to pull the required video string from any camera in the Nx system, and then we analyze that during the night.
So you save resource, or not that 14 hours is wasted. Because the main concept that a lot of people have the misconception that, okay, I have 10 VMS cameras, means I need 24-hour analytics. That's not true. Analytics is only good when there are things moving around. That's why it's called analytics, because you analyze. But if there's nothing to analyze, you're wasting your resource there. You're just leaving it there, right? So might as well use that resource in the night for something that is useful. Now that you mentioned retail analytics, let me give you another example. Retail analytics, when you need all the big data and the data reports, they don't even need a live analytics. Everything can be post and delete.
Exactly.
Because the data. With this post analytics, you can have everything within like 10 hours later. You don't need it now. And if you by delaying that 10 hours or even that 12 hours or anytime you decide to, you can save up to 75% of the resource. You can maximize your server resource to the max, right? Okay, before I go to that, let me show you how it works. And then after that, I'll run a real example and you can see what I mean. But okay, so this is the data library interface where you add. So what we're going to do now is we're going to add an Nx camera. So we just have to pull the info from Nx, and then we'll choose the deal time. Okay, the deal time is what time I want to pull the recording out of Nx. Okay, for this example, we're just going to pull 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm probably from 1:55 to let's say 2 o'clock. Okay, 5 minutes, right? And so the start time I want to do is 2:04, means it's now. Immediately I'm going to do it because I think on this video is 2:04 or something. So when you press OK, it will process. And this is automated every day. Okay, this is not just like upload and it's done. Means every day at 1:55 at 2 o'clock, we will pull the video for Nx, we will analyze it, and the results will come out. And you see, once this bar is completed, the green bar is completed, means all your data is analyzed, and you can actually run the searches and to find your data. See, so I just fast forward to here. You see, we already have all the data in, and you see the time is already 1:55. All the data has went in already. Although the process is not fully complete, it's 83%. That some data already entered. So you get that 5 minutes in real-time speed of 1 minute. So you carry that in very fast. So that's how we process. You can do it in bulk. You can do it like 200 cameras, 200 cameras, and be automated every day. It's automated scheduling. Okay. So this is how the data sync works. You can pull the Nx, you can access the and you can analyze it very fast. Okay. This is another skin color. We support white and black skin color. Just a side note. But once you've done everything, you can search for all your insane objects already in the Nx from your record that you uploaded, or yesterday's info or what, as if you have all the information. Okay, so for example, we support human, vehicles, objects, by color, by make, by model, by quantity. So just select what you want, And you see, you select a human, just drag it in, and all the human come out from the Nx. Give you another example. Later we'll run this through with you live. Okay. And so all the data is really inside. Okay, it's all processed is inside, and that's the power of the data sync. Everything will be inside, and for you to actually search. So if let's say you want to find a Richard guy yesterday was walking through the mall, you know, immediately already you just have to have all the data through all your cameras from yesterday already, right? It's all done already. Okay, and you can do it with super less resource. Okay, I think to make it you understand it more clearer, let me give you a practical real case study, okay, of a real project. Okay, we did a project in Asia, which is a school project with 1,000 cameras. Okay, just imagine 1,000 cameras using VMS, 1,000 cameras. Of course, every security manager is very objective when he's doing a design revamp. He'll say, all right, this is a new project. We want to have the best products ever. For 1,000 cameras, I want to equip 1,000 cameras with 1,000 AI, object detection on every camera, right? Please design that for me, right? Okay. So when the design was finished, this is how it looks like, the architecture. Okay, and I tell you, he nearly fainted when he see how many servers is there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 100 cameras needs one server. This is really overkill. Actually, most AI systems is 60 to 70, I think the max, but we are just utilizing everything. And let's say we categorize 100 cameras for one server. I think Senturian's max we can do up to 100, so we put it there. Okay, and it's one server with a high GPU and high CPU, and that's so many servers. Okay, for every 100 cameras, you use one server. This is how you size up an analytics project currently in the market now. Okay, I don't think you can run any lesser than that. This is what it is, yeah. But now, like when we introduce DataSync, what we can do is that we can redesign this project with a lot of savings and resource savings, but having the exact same power by using DataSync. This is how it looks like. All right, same number of cameras, 1,000 cameras, but I use 3 servers. Why I use 3? Actually, I can use 2. But you know what? I keep 100 cameras here for live real time. Just imagine a school, right? The parameters, I want it 24 hours live. So I keep 100 cameras live running. The 900 cameras, I can do delete. I can use 400 cameras to share one server, 500 cameras to share one server, right? And these servers you see is the exact servers you see above here. There's no change in resource. This is exactly the same, okay? And so then you can actually equip everything with insane search capabilities. So for example, all these 900 cameras will be sharing 24 hours span, will be doing its data sync. And so on the next day, let's say from 9, the next day in the 9 a.m., when you search for a red person, you search for a child that's lost, you search for someone having a handphone, you have all the answers. You can search through your 1,000 camera with all the data you want. If you are doing a retail, a mall is even better because 10 p.m. everything closed. So when 10 p.m. everything closed, you can also run all your process from 10 p.m. And when the mall opens in the morning, 10 a.m., you have all the data you want, right? And then you will use super less resource, and you can do so much with all your cameras. You nearly save up to 80% of your hardware resource, and that's a lot of savings, in the market. And the best of it all, the DataSync supports unlimited bundling of cameras. That means these 400 cameras I hook it today, tomorrow I can change to these 400 cameras. Means if I do want to equip all my cameras with AI, I can use some of them to share. It doesn't matter. I can switch cameras as and when I would like. There's no bundling or MAC address to cameras and cameras to MAC address. We don't lock you in. You have unlimited bundling of cameras, unlimited change. And when you change the cameras, the data is still left in the system. But of course, if you change it, of course, the new data won't be there, right? But the old data still remains. So you can change it and you can switch in between cameras that you think need analytics and don't need analytics is also an option for you to do. So you see the architecture is very amazing. You can do so much things. You can choose some for live, some for delayed, or delayed, or even a mix of some, or even some cameras not even using AI, and later you can just put it in when you want, remove it when you don't want to do it. And also you can, Jason was asking that day also whether we can do group upload of analyzation. Yes, you can. You can choose like maybe 10 cameras that you think there's a problem. You can immediately upload the recording from the Nx, immediately in speed time. In 1 hour, probably you get the answer in like 10 minutes. You can see all the results and you can run your searches. So this is quite a lot of savings here that you can make. Okay, any questions before I continue? Let me see.
Yeah, quick questions. So a quick question. So if we have we want to analyze 1 hour of video, so how much time does the data library need to to pull the archive from Nx server and finish the analyzations? You mentioned there's a fast forward, right? So approximately how much time is required?
If you take 1 hour of video and load it inside the library, approximately 12 minutes, you get your answer. Everything will be there. Yeah, we uploaded. Means you'll see the green bar completed, finished. But of course, when we are processing already, probably in the 5th minute, you can see results already. But I will say that everything is completed within a 12-minute period for sure. It's a good gauge is to divide it by 5 times. Yeah. Okay, so
5 times.
Real
got it.
5 times. Yeah. That's a good gauge how you're going to run that. Okay. So this is very interesting. The upload, because in the end of it all, it reduces your hardware cost. It makes it competitive. AI is not expensive anymore. It's actually cheap actually, like that, because the hardware price is low. So okay, then I have customers asking me, okay, hardware is cheap now, but your license is so expensive, right? Right. So let's address the license cost also, right? I mean, this is real stuff. We want to talk about real things, okay? AI is always like, oh, expensive license costs about 1,000 USD, 800 USD, high price of license cost, very expensive. Well, AI is only for the rich, the normal people cannot afford it. Okay, now with this, the DataSync price, I'm going to review it to you. I won't give you a number, but I will say the DataSync price will be offered as affordable as VMS cost, video management software cost. Okay, so you can go and imagine how much does a VMS cost? Around there, it will be the DataSync pricing. Okay, so if the cost of the DataSync is as cheap as VMS and the servers are reduced to be so little servers, this is a 1-to-1 parallel. The cost is as good as VMS servers, how you deploy. So you don't have expensive high cost of ownership anymore. You can actually quote a 1,000 VMS project with Nx and a 1,000 analytics project. Every camera can be equipped with analytics at a very, very affordable cost. Maybe even equivalent to what you pay for VMS and its hardware. Okay, so this is very interesting because I don't think the market has this to offer yet. And what will this do? Okay, what will this do? Okay, it will empower you and will solve a real problem in the market. Okay, it will empower you with highly competitive cost advantage. Okay, for two areas. Let's talk about the SIs, the partners. You guys are running for tenders. You guys are specing your product. You guys are competing against 5 or 6 other vendors out there. People say, oh, one color search, object search, this and that. 1,000 cameras, your server cost will kill you. You have a competitive advantage. You are 75% lower than them in terms of hardware and probably also even in software. It gives you unfair advantage, let's put it this way, to win your tender. And we see this in the market. And we have tested this, and trust me, you will see good results from this. All right. The second thing is for the end user, right? Gone were the days the end user need to say, oh, we don't have budget, like what Andy said. We only can afford like maybe 1,000, we only can afford one server, maybe 20 AI, that's the max. Now with this, he can actually equip everything with AI. He has the power to change his architecture. He can actually give a more resilient and powerful system for lower cost and do more. And the data library doesn't even do security stuff. All the information that analyzed in the metadata can be used and extracted in reporting formats, CSV, Excel format, whatever you want, and you can use that for analyzation. You can use that to merge with third-party systems to your other third-party time and attendance system. There's so much you can do with it, right? The sky's the limit, but you can only do so much if all your cameras have analytics. You can't do it with 20, 30 cameras. But when you have that data in your premise, possessing that amount of data, the magic and the things you can do is enormous, okay? And the data library 2.0 gives you the opportunity to do that for end user with a very low cost. In fact, this cost I don't think you will have in the market. So the days of AI, expensive AI are gone, okay? We actually are trying to solve a real world problem here. We are trying to make AI affordable, that anyone can use it, because AI is supposed to help people. And if only the rich can afford it, or the people with high budget can afford it, then what good does the product do to the world, right? So that's our job to do. And that's why we are happy to introduce you the DataSync in the Data Library 2.1. All right. Okay. So in summary, what does the Data Library 2.1 do? Okay, it reduces your servers for sure. So it reduces a huge carbon footprint. It reduces your cost of AI ownership. And I think that is very, very exciting. It has complete realized interoperability, which you can merge with Nx, you can output from Nx, and you can also actually realize interoperability through many third-party IoT systems, because there are a lot of output the data library can do, which I'm going to share with you now. So this is the system architecture again, but not only can you send output to VMS or metadata for your VMS, for Nx to become a super search engine, you can also send data to third-party systems, IoT devices, reporting format systems. Really, the sky's the limit. There are many verticals that you can do. You don't need to only touch on security. You can go into retail. You can have retail maps. You can have retail analyzations, industrial analyzations, drones, gaming, agriculture, education. And so there's a lot of things you can do with all this data, and all the data is there for your use. So I will say that it's beyond security, and so there's so much you can do. And the data library allows you to export, like I mentioned just now, CSV, Excel files. So you can extract the data if you want, and you can use it if you want. So for many, I know a lot of shopping malls want that data and want in reporting formats, and that you can do that also. And also, you can also link to many third-party systems alarms. We support HTTP output like Nx. We support Modbus alarms. We support the whole range of industrial alarms aside. So it's all like a plug-and-play kind of thing. Okay. So these are the verticals that maybe you can think about, and there's more. This is just a sample. Okay. Any questions? This is an award that we actually got actually in just last week, 26th of August. The data library actually won the Best Innovative Crime Prevention Product of the Year award for 2021. Actually, they always award 1 year late, so 26th August they award for 2021 by the Hong Kong Security Association, where all the companies with a security license in Hong Kong in this association. So it's quite a good award, and we're happy to have this product recognized. And what a time it is, this is exactly in time for our webinar. So I'm sharing you the data libraries had an award recently, like last week. Okay. And any questions before I will probably get my colleague, Mr. Woon, to just show you a fast method how we do the data sync, live from the Singapore office. Yeah. So you all can have a hands-on feel on that. Yeah. Okay, how we pull it from Nx and how we process it. But before that, any more questions? Any questions? Or is there?
Can you take a look at the question dialog? There are 2 questions there.
Okay, wait. How do I do this? Let me see. For post-processing, can this be set at any time when my server is idle or has to be fixed at say midnight? Anytime you want, my friend. Anytime you want, for any time. You can do it in morning, you can do it afternoon, you can do it evening, you can do it at night. It doesn't matter. Okay, you can do it anytime when not your server is idle, when your channel is idle. Because if you put one camera in to do let's say live analysis is there, right? So if you just schedule it to go off and another one to do post, you can. So once that thing frees up, you can do it anytime. Or if you have a free channel, you can always just throw the post processing inside to do anytime you want. Okay. We have a scheduling there that you can do the setting, which we will show you probably in the live demo. Okay. So this is the only question, right? I think so. Or is there any more questions?
So Sean, in general, it can be like live analyzation. It could be schedule analyzation. It could be on-demand analyzation. That I didn't do live, but you haven't hit the schedule, but I want to perform a schedule right now, so I can perform a manual search.
Yeah, you can do any way you like. And because this is the magic, that's why we say unlimited bundling of cameras. You can do a lot of different designs. See, the example I showed you just now was like a 1,000 cameras kind of thing design. But then again, many projects they have different needs and different ones. For example, like say you come back to a school again, all right? It's only from 10 a.m. to very 7, they start at 7 p.m. It's pitch black already in the school. So from 7 to next day 7, 12 hours, what they're doing with the resource. So easily they can actually share another 4 channels going in. So for 500 cameras, they can just use one server to do everything, live plus post, and in the morning when he comes in, he gets everything, you see. So some even some like the shopping malls close at 10. What are you doing at that time, So there's a lot of things. You have the flexibility and the margin to play around, switch it up, and that's why this gives you such a good advantage. And how you design your AI system, it changes the way anyone designs AI analytics, because it was never done this way before. And today I'm very happy to share this with you, and I think you guys will see the value of it. Okay, I think I talked too much. Woon is waiting for me. I'm going to let him be a presenter. Let me see. Can I switch? If control.
There's one more question. It's good to have post-processing, but by your experience, on-demand search, is it more important than post-search? Sean?
On-demand search, of course, is also important. Post-search is more important. Post-search is actually on-demand, but on a scheduled time every day. Because you know to touch everything, all right? So every day, let's say every day at 12, we start to analyze everything, and in the morning you have everything. So without even touching everything, I have all the data that I can, if I want to find something, I just press the button and I can find. But if you want to say like, okay, something happened 1 hour ago, I want to run a search, just start the schedule, show that video inside, within 12 minutes you get your answer. You can see what's going on already. And when you're done, you just off it and it's done. It means we do support instant upload of your videos inside the system as well. That is called an instant search. I think that's what you're looking for, right? So you have both. You can do both. So it depends on your needs. Yeah. Does that answer the question? I think it does, right? Okay. Any other question? Let's see. Any other question?
There's one more.
How come I did question? Yeah.
If he has 500 cameras and he wants to do post-processing, how many AI licenses does he need?
You need 500. We charge the DataSync license, one camera, one license. So you need 500. Okay, 500 licenses. But your 500 licenses do not be alarmed. Your 500 licenses are the pricing is VMS pricing. Okay, so you just think how much VMS cost is around there, right? Okay. No one will sell AI so cheap, lah. Let me tell you, it's not cheap, lah. We call it affordable. Okay, affordable. We want to make it affordable for you guys. Yeah, all right. So you can imagine what's the cost of ownership of 500 license. You probably 500 license, you take 500 times VMS price. Okay, I don't know what is the VMS price in your market. Okay, please contact a Senturian partner distributor and he'll tell you. Okay, or Nx distributor and partner also. Okay, and the second thing is that you just need one server for that. One server for your 500, like I showed you just now. It's done. So what's the cost of ownership? Equipping 500 cameras with analytics. One server, no one can do it. Impossible in the market. Probably they use 5 servers, right? You probably say, I don't need the license, the server will kill me. Yeah, I don't want it. Yeah, usually that's what happens in the market. Okay, so it's very affordable. Okay, Woon, you want to take over? Or do we have more questions? If you keep the questions coming, guys, because we will answer every question today. You got Eugene here, I'm here, the NX team is here, everyone is here. So we love more questions, and we can answer those questions. Yeah, anything that you want to ask. Okay.
Okay, you're seeing my screen right now, right? Yeah, that's
Yes.
the NX5 layout, and this is the data library GUI. So as you can see now, this is our search engine. This is the live camera as from here. So you can see I'm actually waving at you. So for example, I show a handphone here. Yeah. So you see in our GUI, you can search for many objects, like things like vehicles, human attributes, yeah, objects, yeah, all these objects. So for example, like just now I held out a cell phone. Yeah, so this was just at 1442, which is this is the instant live search. So only in my system now, only this camera was hooked up to live search. I'm going to show you the other cameras. Okay, these are the other cameras. These are all running virtual videos. Yeah, as you can see. Then when I search those cameras, this was the last recorded time, 13:55. This was because I did a search for that time period until 13:55. You see this one also. 12:20. This was the last search. I'm going to show you our schedule now. You see, this was a schedule. It was until 12:40 and 13:55 for those two cameras. Now I'm going to start a scheduling for the last 5 minutes on those cameras.
So it's going to extract the video from NX in real time.
So this virtual camera 4. I'm going to start a search schedule now for 14, maybe 35 to 1440. Yeah, and to start now.
And this will be automated every day. Yeah.
Yeah, so we can automate this to schedule the time and the amount and what timing the recording will be processed, what timing of the recording it will be processed, and then the start time of the recording. So now at 14:44, which is now, yeah, it started processing it. These are 5 minutes. We are processing 5 minutes so that we can show you it being done within 1 minute. See, it's about around 5 times the speed. So while we wait, we can actually start looking. We probably a bit of it is out already. Some of the results is out. So you see, these are the results that were out from this camera already, from that. So you see, yeah, all this from 14:35 onwards. So now you see It's almost done. Yeah, we can actually start searching for things that are in the. We are using our filter. We can search for some objects. We can search for maybe, I don't know whether there's a backpack. We can search. Yes, okay, there was a backpack here, 1439. We can search with multiple logic, things like maybe a car and a backpack. Was that a backpack with a car in the background? You see, there's a car in the background and a backpack here. Yeah. So things like this we can search for things with different colors, objects. So as you can see, within 1 minute, the schedule is complete for this 5-minute chunk. So it's so as Sean has already explained, we can do it when the channel is like idle. For example, like shopping malls to get the data. As Sean has said. Anything else to add, Sean?
Yeah, although this is 5 minutes, but usually you can do this for 12. You can even do this for 12 hours, 24 hours. You can, and you can automate it everything. Usually, I do suggest you do it for 12 hours, do it at night, everything in the morning. You get a lot of people like to practice this, okay? Like malls, after 10 p.m. when it closes, at 12 o'clock, they start to analyze everything. In the morning, the operator comes in, he has everything in his fingertips. And that's what you can achieve now. And you can do it with Nx. That's wonderful, right? So you can do it with Nx, and you have all the data that you need from there. We take everything from the Nx recording, we upload, we do an automated time schedule, and then voila, you have it. Yeah, so I think so I think that is a very good demonstration of the DataSync and the 2.1. So I think we can open the floor to some Q&A if there's any right now. Okay, Woon, I go back to my slide. Yeah.
Sean, a quick question. So
yes.
when we are performing the post event search, so you are pulling archive from the Nx VMS server, right? Do you save another copy of the archive in the data library server?
Yeah, we have the database, but we only save the metadata. That's it, and the pics. We don't
Only the
save
metadata.
We don't touch anything of video. Video will be left in Nx. And so just now when Woon shows you when he pulls out that extract, he press the play button, we will extract the video from Nx and we'll play it so that you can see the video. So everything comes from Nx. Everything sits in the Nx. We only store the metadata for X number of days. By default, it's 30 days because that's the standard that people use. But you can do 60 days or more. And metadata is just files. So probably just 1 T of hard drive, you're done. So it's like, it's not excruciating like video. Need so much hard drive. So it's a very effective, in terms of storage usage.
Yeah. And there's a question about, is there a facial recognition engine building the data library? Like,
yes.
can I?
Yes. So we can do the same for facial recognition. But facial recognition, people usually don't do it live. But if you want to do it in the post-processing, like in retail analytics, say, I just want to analyze how this guy and that guy from yesterday, you can. It's the same. You actually can reduce your server resources the same. It's, for example, if you have a facial recognition, let's say, server that supports, let's say, 64 facial recognition, just example, maybe 50. Okay, let's use 50 for a good example for one server. With DataSync, the same server, you can do 250 channels of facial recognition. It doesn't matter, because that's delayed. So you can do 250. So everything is times 5, right? Times 5 or reduced by 5. That's the rule of thumb on how you calculate. So it's amazing if you are doing just facial recognition and you want to analyze people maybe from a delayed, maybe from 12-hour period. You can actually use this to actually enhance your FR engine, FR server to capacity to house so much more cameras. And when you are doing all this, please note that the accuracy, it is not lessened or it doesn't fall below. It's still doing the exact same high accuracy analyzation as if you're doing something live and real time on the backend server. Okay, because often in the market when people want to make this compromise for the hardware cost, they will actually ask vendors, or we have this request, can I lower my server spec? I don't need so strong one. I just want to meet the budget, right? This is a very normal demand. Or can I drop my camera's resolution so I can house more? So these are common things that people always ask. But now you don't need to anymore, because we make it so easy for you, right? You can have the same accuracy and more powerful analytics on a back end, and the cost is so low. It might be even more affordable than cameras edge analytics, right? So this is interesting. You got 500 cameras with edge analytics, or you use 500 with DataSync. The accuracy is a big difference, because we are doing back-end server thing and we are doing deep analytics. So you can have the same power at a lower cost. I'm not saying that edge analytics is good or no good. They are also very good. I'm just saying it gives you another added option when you're doing your design. Depend what analytics you want, what you want to dive in. But then again, it's a good option to have. Yeah.
Also, a quick question is about the facial recognition. Do we have to set the face database first, or we can select a face and then to search for similar faces, or upload a photo to search for similar faces from that?
Yeah, you can. It'll be the same. You can upload a photo and you can search through. Yeah, likewise, like yeah, you can upload a photo, you can search through this guy, and then you will find out all the records and where this guy come. Yeah, so you can do that also. Yeah. It is exactly the same. It's only in a delayed in a post processing means a delayed kind of results, but it's still the same. Nothing changed. Yeah.
Okay. And there's a question say, can the data library search on multiple object attributes simultaneously? I believe it's yes, right? We can look for people wear red clothes plus a bag plus a dog in the scene, so we can just choose those attributes and then find the result with all.
I didn't show that just now. Oh, sorry.
I think
I
thought I showed it. Sorry. Yeah, there's an and or function in the data library. Yeah. You can add multiple objects and multiple searches. Up to you, whatever you desire to find. Yeah.
Yeah, you can have and or. That means you can say that I want a red shirt and a dog to appear, right? So these two criteria must happen. Then we'll show you the result. Or you say I do not want. I want a red shirt or a dog. So means pictures with dogs alone and red shirt alone will come up, or maybe a combination, because or. So you have an N and or. N is more. N means you must meet that criteria, then you'll come out. So you can put 3 attributes, 4 attributes in, 5 attributes in, face attributes in, quantity attributes, more than, less than, 5 people, less than 5, up to you. Everything that you can see in the data library 2.0 or our older version, you can do it here. Everything is there. Nothing changes. It's just there's extra dimensional post-processing power here that you can play with. And everything sits directly in the Nx. Pulling videos from the Nx back to the Nx. It just makes the whole solution smarter and more intelligent and more cost affordable. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's an interesting question is that in addition to the snapshot we see in the data library client interface, so can we export the video that we found via the search?
Yes, actually, when you click on the photo, you jump up a recording, and then there is a download. One is good. Once you just jump there and just show them that how does that work? Yeah. Or maybe I can show from my video here. Let's see. Can I share the screen again?
Am I sharing screen?
Yeah. Okay, you share the screen. Okay, so when you, let's say, click any icon, no, just click this one on your video here. Yeah, okay. Okay, so you can see there are 3 icons here, right? So it's download. One is you play. One is a picture on the left. It's very small. I don't know if you can see clearly. Let me just go slowly. Okay. First is a picture icon. You see, okay, this is the image. Then the second is a play, where we play. That means you play the video. you extract the video from Nx, right? See, so you're playing the video. And third is download. Immediately you can download to a file you want. See this download. But of course, you must wait for all the stream here to download this button. So when you click the download, you can save the video. See, you can save it where this video will be immediately saved and you can download it. So it's done, right? For you. Easy. Yeah. Yeah. So all these
I think we have the discussion.
Yeah, sorry, Jason, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think we had a discussion the other day is that after we perform the search with the metadata we want, so in some cases, the user will want to insert those metadata back to Nx as a bookmark. Like I didn't do real-time analyzations like yesterday, but today I found something like a red vehicle at the camera. So I want to insert that as a bookmark back to the VMS. That would be something interesting to see in the future. Yeah.
No, that can already be done actually, because you must understand that the data library can do HTTP output. Nx can accept HTTP output. I just have to say every time there's a red color shirt, I send a HTTP to Nx and you bookmark it that time and it's done. It's done. It's in our alarm output. We can send alarm to third-party IoT. We can send alarm pops up with Nx. We can also send the bookmark over and it can be instantly bookmarked all the way. It's fine. That is done.
But that's real time, right? That's the real time. What I was trying to say is the post search. The post search to find something that I didn't do in the real time, but I found it with the post search scheduler, and then I want to insert that back to the VMS after the post search.
Okay, that's the post. We cannot put the post bookmark in, but I think we can find a way to explore that. I think it's not going to be too hard because you just have to send a bookmark across at a stipulated time. Yeah, but I don't think we have that now. But it's good. We can consider to put that in the next version. Why not? Yeah. If it helps, yeah. Any more questions? In the end, I think this is the first version we have with Nx of the post-processing data sync, and I think it is good to go. Of course, with every version, we will start to improve the integration, make it even better, make it even more fantastic to use together with Nx. But I think this is a good start that at least you all can take something to run with, to use it for your projects, to use it to find your competitive advantage, to use it in your competitive design. So at least I think it's a good start what we have now, and then we'll get from strength to strength, of course, as usual with Nx, which we worked with them like for I don't know how many years, 3 or 4 years. So since they started this program, we were there. Yeah, so we're long-term friends and long-term partners. Yeah, working with Nx. Yeah. If anyone is interested to see this or find out more on the pricing, please reach out to all our local partners on the ground. If you're not sure who our local partners are, you can ask the Nx team. They know all our local partners, or you can ask us. Usually, I would say the Nx partner in your region is a Senturian partner. Usually, okay, not for every market, but usually, usually they all are, and they all are working together as Senturian quite closely,
Sean, maybe quick question about, do you have a demo license for that, for the Senturian, if they want to try?
Yes, of course. Just contact Eugene. That's why Eugene is here. Just say, Eugene, I need a trial license. I need the server specs. He will give you the specs. We'll give you a 30-day trial. We'll come in even to sit down and fix it out for you if you need us to team view in and do everything. And then you can try it, right? 30-day trial. Go ahead, play with the system, try it. Of course, you get your Nx server there with you. So we just get the Nx part up there, we put it all together, and you can run with it and try it and test it. And yeah, sure. Please come for the trial. The trial is free. Just
that's cool.
No harm doing it. Yeah.
Oh, Sean, I remember like few months ago, you said that there was a way that if the user or the partner is comfortable to share a live RTSP stream with you, then they can stream the video to one of your server in Singapore, and then they just need the browser to access to it and give it a try. Is that still available, or now you more encourage people to set up the system there?
That is still available. For those who don't have servers, you just have to send us the RTSP stream. And we just put any video stream inside to our server in Singapore. We give you the account, username, or you can enter. You can just play around with it as if you're live. But of course, there'll be a bit delay because it's remote. But I think it's still good enough for you to test. And then you have no hassle of setting up servers and whatever. I mean, we want to make it easy for you to try, and test, because that's our main objective, But for those people who want to set their own server, feel free to do so. You want to dive deep into it to test everything, feel free to do it. We are here all the way with you. Woon and his team will be there to help you walk through everything. And and then after that, we can get started. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that would be much easier. That if the information is not that sensitive, it's okay to test that way. Then just a video stream. Then we can start that. Yeah.
Yep. So do we have any more questions? Let me see.
I just want to add something with regards to the setting up your own server, right? You get to test it at your own time, you get to test it for 30 days, yeah. But if you want to utilize our server itself, right, it's probably on the spot, you can test it, but we won't be able to open the server for 30 days for you to try, yeah. It's probably just a few hours just to take a look at it, wave a handphone in front, carry a backpack and things like that. Gather like more than X number of people, and then you can just have a very, very quickly, right, have a first-hand encounter with our analytics, yeah. But then of course you can see all the accuracy, and then you don't have the hassle of setting up a server, yeah.
And Sean, in addition to RTSP stream, can we provide you a stream with, for example, HLS or WebM format, or it has to be RTSP?
No, we don't really care, because you can connect to Nx, that's it. We just go to Nx and extract the stream, that's it. So whatever goes into Nx, we just go to Nx and we pull a stream from Nx, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a question say, can we share the camera stream via Nx Cloud to test? So Andy, please correct me if I'm wrong. I remember if we're sharing the video via the cloud, then RTSP is not yet available, so we can only do WebM or HLS, right? If we want to provide a live stream, like there's no static IP address.
Yeah, I think to bring the RTSP, to bring the video stream to the Senturian platform, we still need an IP address, right? So I think the cloudway is not available. Yeah, still need an IP address to forward the RTSP URL to Senturian platform for this test. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Please reach out to us if you have questions and you want to redesign your architecture for your project and with analytics. We can help you do the design, some live, some post, some with DataSync, and then we will do a nice number of the servers. We can size it up very nicely for you. How many hours processing, how many hours sharing, there's a lot of design that you can do behind the scene that you'll be shocked with the results, what we can do. Same power, less resources. So that's what you can achieve with this. Yeah, because what's the point of putting a server there analyzing nothing in the night? Analytics supposed to analyze things. We are not VMS. We are not guarding or what. If there's nothing to analyze, what for you waste that resource? Use it. Now DataSync allows you to use that, so nothing is wasted. It's like when my parents would tell me to eat all the food, don't waste food. Some food there, eat everything up. Everything. You're paying so much money for that server. Come on, use it. Yeah,
it's very interesting that it's a really smart move that user can prioritize which camera they want to analyze real time, which camera they want to do that like in several hours delay, which is still okay, or on-demand ones. Yeah, that's a very interesting smart move of that. You know.
Actually, the idea came from you because a while ago, like 1-2 years ago, you actually asked us, you said, hey, can we do any post-processing? There's a request came from you, remember, Jason? So we said, hey, so that started off a lot of things in our mind. You asked us actually this thing, can you automate the post-processing? That's what your exact question. I think you asked Eugene or me, I can't remember who. But then now we can. Yeah, now we can. Yeah.
That's great. That's really great. Yeah.
Okay, if that's it, there's any more question? If not, are we like, is it time already?
Yeah, we are a little bit behind schedule. It's good that we have a lot of questions. That's good. Yeah. So I think in about a week or 2 weeks time, we will edit this webinar a little bit, and then we will post that on the Nx official YouTube channel. So please feel free to share the video recording to your partners or users who might be interested in the new data library 2.1. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks. Excellent. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for the sharing, Sean, Wenli, and Eugene. Yeah.
No problem. It's always a pleasure to do a joint webinar with you. We hope that it was not so boring, so we just hit straight to the point. You know, help you to save.
Yeah.
I think that's the pain point of AI, like we identified. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. So,
all right.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much for attending this webinar, and please share with your friends if your friends couldn't or your partners couldn't make it to this webinar. Thanks more, Andy and Jason Hartono, for your kind invitation as usual. Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Sean,
Take care.
Eugene, and Wenli.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.